Over the last 2 weeks, I've been wearing the OnePlus Watch 2R, the cheaper version of the smartwatch that OnePlus launched earlier this year. Here are my thoughts. So first of all, let me break down the differences between the OnePlus Watch 2R and the OnePlus Watch 2. There's a lot that's the same between these two devices. They have the same features, the same health tracking capabilities, the same internal components. So what's different here is really the design. So the OnePlus Watch 2R is significantly lighter than the OnePlus Watch 2. It's made of aluminum alloy instead of stainless steel, and the cover screen is made of glass instead of sapphire crystal. Those are the major differences, and I have to say, even though this device is a lot lighter, it does take up just as much space on my wrist as the OnePlus Watch 2, but more on that later. First, I want to talk about some of the things I really liked about this watch. For me, battery life is definitely at the top of the list. I comfortably got at least 2 days, usually 2.5 days out of this watch on a single charge. Of course, battery life is always going to vary depending on how you're using the watch. I had the always on display turned on, which usually eats away at battery life. And there's also a health tracking feature that looks for breathing problems while you sleep, and I still got more than 2 days. So I'm really impressed with the battery life. And when you do need to charge it, it charges pretty quickly. After 20 minutes, it went from 10% to 56%, which to me felt like the perfect amount of time if I'm just jumping in the shower really quickly before leaving the house and want to charge up my watch. You can get a significant amount of juice just from 20 minutes. I also really liked the Autopause functionality during a workout. When I was running on the treadmill, sometimes I would stop to check a notification on my phone or look for a different song on Spotify, and pretty much instantly, as soon as I stopped, I would get a little buzz on my wrist letting me know that the workout was paused. I think it only took a little bit longer that time because my heart rate wasn't that high yet. But still, that was pretty quick. It was just a few seconds. Another thing that really surprised me about this watch was that I felt like the heart rate sensing was more accurate than on the OnePlus Watch 2. Now that was strange because, like I said, these watches have the same sensors and the same hardware. So I don't know why this felt different to me, but when I was working out with the OnePlus Watch 2R and I compared it against my chest strap heart rate monitor during a cycling workout, I felt like it was much more in line with what the chest strap was picking up. Now, of course, there's always a discrepancy between the two. Heart rate chest straps are a lot more accurate, but I was impressed with the results. Now, let me tell you about what I didn't like about this watch. First of all, I feel like it's still way too big for my wrist. So I measured my wrist with a tape measure, and the diameter is 139 millimeters, which is about almost right on the mark for what the OnePlus Watch 2R is actually recommended for, according to OnePlus's website. It should be for wrists that measure 140 millimeters to 210 millimeters, but I still feel like this thing is just too bulky. It just really stands out. It makes it a little less comfortable to wear during a workout or when I'm going to sleep than I would like. I prefer to wear something a bit sleeker and lighter. And I was really hoping that since OnePlus was launching another version of the Watch 2, that it would make a smaller version, but we still haven't seen that yet. I was also hoping to see a bit more from the O Health app, which is the app where you see all of your health statistics. While it's really easy to see all of your stats and progress in a nice snapshot in the dashboard, there's really nothing beyond that. It doesn't really show trends. It doesn't give you bits of advice based on your data. So this is O Health and this is the Samsung Health app, and they look pretty similar. They both have statistics in the dashboard that you can look at. But in Samsung's app, when you get to the bottom here, you see more sleep coaching features, and there's also this energy score, which gives you some tidbits about your daily state depending on factors like sleep and previous day activity. So it really kind of crunches those numbers together. And as you can see in Apple Health, there are some highlights here that kind of look at different metrics and different activities and kind of highlights some takeaways, like whether I'm taking fewer steps than normal, what my headphone audio levels have been like, how much I've walked and run throughout the year. These are all things that we're seeing other companies begin to do, like Apple and Fitbit and Samsung. So I was really hoping to see OnePlus kind of push beyond and kind of match what those other companies are doing. Plus, a lot of my same reservations about the OnePlus Watch 2 still apply to this watch, such as the fact that it only gets 2 years of software updates, and it also doesn't have fall detection, which has become a staple safety feature in a lot of wearable devices. Overall, the OnePlus Watch 2R does have a lot going for it. At $230, it is affordable compared to the $300 OnePlus Watch 2. It also has really great battery life and a big screen, so if that's what you care about the most in a smartwatch, you might really like this device. However, if you want deeper health insights and features like fall detection and something that just looks a bit more petite on the wrist, you'll probably want to look elsewhere. Check out my full story for more details. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.